Let's go ahead and focus on one more blur filter. This time I want to show you how to use the iris blur. Open up an image called whitetowel.jpg. Once you have that image open and your layers panel open, hit a Command J on your keyboard to duplicate your image, make a duplicate layer. Let's call this layer iris blur. Make sure we have it active in our panel. So the next thing I want you to do is go up to your filter panel again, blur gallery, and this time instead of field blur, which we just worked on in the previous lesson, I want you to focus on iris blur to see the difference between this and field blur. So automatically again, you'll see one pin is placed when you load this filter. The ellipse is the 100% point, so everything outside this line gets 100% of the blur amount, or whatever percentage you want to have occur when you slide this circle pin counterclockwise or clockwise with your mouse. You can change the 100% by moving these dots by clicking and dragging with your mouse. So if I want this to become really close to the middle of the face, I can move this with my mouth, the center point, and I have options over clicking and dragging this to have control. By clicking on the square in the upper right corner, you can round this square out. The four large dots inside the curve control the transition area for the blur effect. So like you said, this is the transition area, like I mentioned. And then the area between the center of the pins and the larger dots is protected from the blur effect, maintaining the same amount of sharpness and focus as the original image. So go ahead and check and uncheck your preview to see what the effect has been accomplished. Of course, you can play with these blur options over here. You got Gaussian, uniform, and you can add the amount of whatever if you want a grain effect. So go ahead and kind of play with those sliders too to see the cause and effect. Click OK, and there you are. You have your nice blur layer filter applied. Before you close this image out, I want you to go ahead and make a few more duplicates layers of the original background image and play with the filter gallery, focusing on the blur filter gallery, focusing on tilt and shift, path, and spin. Just play around so you're familiar with what the differences is with these other blur filter gallery options. But really a great option to know about for blurring.